Hello and welcome to the Living World of Darkness, Changeling the Dreaming 20th Anniversary Edition venue. Today's scene, we finally get to the duel that has been on everybody's lips since William declared that the barony of Brooklyn was no more. The mad Baron Isidore and what few people still will associate with him in public sit together in their box balcony seat in the Count's freehold in the Bronx, and others began to file in. The area cleared to make way for the duel that will occur here today. And on the side of the commoners and the common people are players. Please tell me what you're doing. Well, so you can start with the first one on my screen. Misha, what are you doing?
Well, Misha is standing there, decked out in this apparently tortoise shell armor, and wearing these rather intricately designed vambraces, which are apparently some sort of arm guard, and I just learned that today. And she is, despite the armor, looking very small compared to her companions, I'm sure. But she also has a rather big sword. Big only because, well, it's probably sized for William. That is in a sheath at her side. And for the record, there is a knife in a sheath on the other side, but just because it's a comfort thing more than anything else. She is standing there. Basically, it looks like she's standing there very stiffly. She doesn't look comfortable at all, but at the same time, she's not backing down. She's there. She's just standing there very, very stiffly.
William is there, and he puts a hand on her shoulder. You got this.
She just gives him a very shaky nod. And
he, like when two friends puts their foreheads against each other. That's what he tries to do.
You're coming down a whole lot.
He does. He stands on one knee.
She's 5 feet tall. It's fine. She does that, even as one of her hands is sort of probably reaching for the version of Hall, who is there but not actually here because his PC, because the player cannot be here. But she will do that, and it's kind of reaching for that last reassurance. And yeah, she's just trying to stay very calm. Anyone who knows her at all knows she's not actually calm. But she's trying to put on that show.
William knows this feeling very well. But he doesn't say anything. He tries to show his friend as best as he can that he got this. There's this inspiringness on him.
Not yet.
Oh shit, not yet. Okay.
Not yet. It's not
time yet. Not inspiring. He's not inspiring at all. He tries to stand there. and his eyes are looking for people he knows.
Sees a balloon bobbing in the crowd. And Amber appears holding said balloon. She also has hard cider in her hand that she's probably already started drinking. She's gonna walk over to the group, be like, "Here, hold this, will you?" To Hall, since he's here. Hold the have him hold the hard cider, and then
hold my beer.
Yeah, hold my beer. She's gonna take off one of her earrings, and pop the balloon over William's head, and basically this glitter bomb just falls down on him.
Oh,
It probably hits Misha too. This is great.
A little bit, yeah. She just smiles and puts her earring back on. Thank you, and takes her beer back.
Thank you. I think I understand what you did.
I was trying to diffuse the tension.
Sure.
Just imagining William with like glitter clinging to his eyelashes
and his horns.
Yep.
His horns. Don't forget the glitter horns.
Yes, just magnificent. Friendship is magic. And Christian, what are you doing?
If the current level of reality permits, he's probably seated atop his horse at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sits in the freehold.
Right. So he's sitting high up in the saddle on his silver white knight's destrier, resplendent in his ornate sheath plate, the silvered steel with the lion engravings on the plates. When he sees the glitter bomb go off, although he wasn't really making eye contact with anybody, and he was sort of had a withdrawn air about him, he snorts back laughter.
Okay. So everyone's on scene then.
William's eyes looks for like nobles. I think like there's two sides: those who stands with William and those who stands at Isidore, or there's three sides.
There's at the moment it's not so much that there's three sides. It's that there's there's Isidore's side, there's William's side, and up above it is like a box seat. And in the box seat, you can see the Countess looking worried and tired. And the two people that have been kind of in her vicinity lately, Baron Leon Tarani at Fiona and Baroness Mariposa de Luz ni Liam.
William doesn't look at them. He hates that they're like standing on us. That's kind of like, that sends a message. But William is like, yeah, they stand up. I will shake that place really soon.
Coming for you next, County.
No, it's not about that. It's about like he has an idea he wants to do. And he just wants to like, maybe it'll work. Who knows?
Okay. Noises. Okay, sorry about that. I was listening to the ambient sounds of my house distracting the crap out of me. Okay,
it distracted us too.
I'm so sorry about that.
It's fine. I'm just kidding you.
Okay, but they sit and the Countess is watching, and like I said, she looks tired. The other two, the Baron Leon, he has sort of a muted expression on his face, but the Baroness is offering comfort to the Countess. You can't hear what they're saying because they are in a box seat way above you. Is there anything you want to do before official proceedings get started, now is the time to do so.
The
I just want to know if the Baron's there. He's sitting away up there too.
No, Isidore sits on his own side, like opposite where you guys are.
William looks at Misha and says, "Are you going to make a speech?"
I'll do it right before.
Same.
I just have a few things to say, that's all.
I wrought something in my mind. Couple. So
Misha, do you have a preference for memorial drink?
For memorial drink?
It just
Not
in
time.
worst case scenario.
Ugh, seriously? Now?
She's got this smile, and she'll try to like squeeze your hand if she can.
I mean, you certainly can. There's no reason she's not going to stop you.
Right.
She's pretty sure you're on her side in this one.
And when, I mean, she doesn't look like she's actually expecting an answer.
Yeah, she just kind of looks at you like, I cannot possibly think of that right now.
Then that's
don't need
good
to think
because I
about that.
don't expect you to die.
You don't need to think about that. She's not going to die. She's going to go there, kick this champion's ass. Don't you worry about that.
We'll think about a celebratory drink later.
That's better.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So, Misha, you want me to do my speech first, or?
If you got something to say, say it.
Just going to say, my speech may make you feel weird, so...
Weird?
You don't like attention, you know? That's why.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm kind of in the wrong place to avoid attention at this point, William.
So you want me to go first?
Yeah.
He nods. And he has a sword in his hand.
Oh, I thought she
And
had
he-
it.
No, like he will give it to you. Don't worry. And he kind of like raises his sword to get people's attention. Those who stands at his side.
The people that are there to support William immediately turn, and you also have like sort of the like the attention, but trying not to look like they're giving you attention from Isidore's attendees as well.
Mm-hmm. The William has this like really serious face. He has a sword in his hand up. He is wearing his leather jacket. There's just like something inspiring about him.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "Years ago, we died fighting each other in the Accordance War. The Knight of Iron Knives took more from us than lives and glamour. We, in our rage, retaliated and slaughtered she-childlings. There were no winners of that war. There was only brutality, which led to more bloodshed. Protect the Concordian dream, they say. But the Concordian dream is nothing but a brutal regime that is based on a lie. We can call it a dream, but it is a nightmare filled with hate, greed, and intolerance. Those who can hear me, I say do not despair. The misery that is upon us now is but the passing of the greed and fear, the bitterness of the tyrants who fear the veil of our progress. Commoners, nobles, and especially those who sees me as an enemy. Don't give yourself to the brutes, the old traditionalists who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives to hate, to tell you what to do, to think, to have that to feel, to treat you like a cattle, use you like a cannon fodder. Don't give yourself to these banal ways, banal individuals with banal minds and machine hearts. We have the power of making the world filled with creativity, but how we will accomplish it if we can't change ourselves? Are we really able to stop banality and loss of creativity by accepting limits that is being put us on by tyrants who hold our freedom by holding a gun to our heads or a sword to our throats? No, we aren't. This is why we are here today. We are here to stand and fight for democracy, creativity, for our lost friends and family. Today, our champion fights for the new world, a decent world where there's a future of old age and peace and security. Let us all unite to write the rules. Let us all unite for the sacrifice of Maxine Parker and all those we lost. Let us all unite to write the history. Let us all unite to shake this freehold with the cry of our freedom. Let us all unite, throw off the shackles, and let us all unite for better Concordia.
Whoa!
Do you want me to roll?
Now you roll
could-
it.
Okay.
There will be
These are your people.
yes, you've rolled a lot of influence over the past week. I'm going to just this is going to be a give that they start immediately cheering and stomping the floor. The ground shakes subtly underneath the frenzied stomps and cheers and claps in support of what William has said. Nobility that are not on on this side of history at the moment look visibly uncomfortable. Even up in the box seat, the countess, she has a sort of a hard to read expression on her face as she did somebody say something?
I just sort of laughed a little.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say something.
No.
But she has like a hard to read expression across her face. And on either side of her, you have Baron Leon, who looks, who's giving sort of a slight smirk. And Baroness Mariposa kind of wipes at her eyes a bit.
Does Misha activate the thing, by the way?
Oh, well, I didn't even think to say it, I guess, because I was too busy with the very loud volume. But sure, why not?
When do you mind if I say this, or actually you should say this, Carol? How the thing appears?
Yes.
Behind William.
As Misha activates a chimerical
egg or something.
Yes, it's like an egg pendant. It's an amber colored egg, and inside is a small worm dragon. And as she gives it glamour, it emerges from the egg and begins to grow in size. And it continues to grow past her height, past William's height, and stops just shy of the rafters of this room.
And that is the point that she would actually pull up the jewelry that I blue booked that she was going to have, which is a very nicely made like gold brooch with amber eyes, with it's of a dragon.
And it'll bring its head down to this offering, and sort of tilt its head one way or the other, and with a delicate claw, it'll reach for.
Oh, that's not freaky at all, since it's in my hands. Oh, Jesus.
It reaches for the brooch and gives like a nod to Misha, and then pops the brooch in its mouth.
Can I start playing it right now?
Well, the duel hasn't officially started yet.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Going to stay still until for the minute here. Yeah, I don't mind taking a second to let Shaya sort of be there, at least mention it since she's here
Yeah.
now.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Shadow coming, just joined her motley mates.
Yeah, you came. You heard the speech. You saw the
Yes.
dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And Misha's just kind of looking at this dragon with the biggest eyes, if it's possible for Selkie eyes, which are huge, to get bigger.
Christian started struggling mildly with the reins of his horse and wound up sort of side trotting just a few yards away from the dragon.
Food. At that point, Misha will she's not going to raise the sword. She's just going to pretty much start talking in a loud voice, although she is not by any means the speaker that William is. She's just going to say a few small things, really. And she will look out at this crowd once they've calmed down enough they can hear her. And she will just say, "Today, I fight a duel. I fight because this system is flawed. I'm a commoner, like so many of you, but I stand here ready to defend the people of this barony because our baron will not do it as he should. The reality of it is that our safety and our government should never be dependent on if a Selkie wins a duel. It should be dependent on the choice of the people. The system must change. The system is she-run and it's flawed. Yet they are so few compared to the rest of us. I fight today for balance and equality so that we can remove the flaw and give ourselves the safety that we deserve."
William tries to rally the crowd to say like yes, like with his like
Whoa!
with his like big woo.
We love you, Misha!
People's champion.
Yeah, she has no leadership, and I could totally roll it, but she doesn't care how well how well they take it. She was just stating her side, so I don't care about actually rolling it.
It was a good speech. I'm as you move, I'm going to move you guys into position here. As you move to where you will be dueling, you notice at the moment there is nobody there to meet you.
William, before she goes, gets on one knee and gives the sword to her, his sword.
She gives him a look, and she won't take it, and she won't take it. And she just looks at him, and she's like, "Stand up. You don't kneel to me."
And then he stands up and gives the sword.
I said we were equals. We are equals, William.
That was a sign of respect, hon. Go kick this guy's ass.
This is archaic bullshit. And she takes the sword and starts to walk up there.
Cannot help but imagine at Misha's height versus William's sword. It's just like slightly dragging.
Actually, William's sword is like, what was it? OOC? It is a normal size sword. It isn't like a crazy sword.
Aw.
Well, that's fine, but still, it would if it's adjusted for your height. I could sort of see where it still be a little long.
It isn't. It's still adjusted for a normal human size because
okay.
the in the troll book we have like trolls has different type of swords and we don't have those. So his sword is normal.
Okay.
It's his butter knife.
Yeah, probably.
Your butter knife, my dagger. It's fine.
Okay, so yes, at the moment there is nobody out there to meet you.
She's just going to stand there and she's going to stare at Isidore. Not say a word. This is not I'm fighting for him. That doesn't mean that I'm fighting him. So she's just staring him down.
The dragon is behind.
And Isidore meets Misha's gaze, and with a slow grin that spreads across his beautiful and twisted face. He stands up. William, I told you to bring me a champion, not a sacrifice.
She flips him off.
But today, I, as a child of the dreaming, will depend on the dreaming to provide, he says. And as he points to the floor in front of Misha, he commands the dreaming, bring me a champion to fight for me. And as he unleashes, his ears seem to taper even further, and his fey beauty becomes even more glamorous and almost painful to look at. His eyes shine brightly, his lips are poutier, the whole gamut of attractive becoming more attractive. And there in front of Misha, there seems to be a tear in reality for a moment as the champion of Isidore appears. 10 feet tall, muscles covered in scars, some fresher than others, stitches across his cheek, horns that reach for the sky, rather, horn as one is broken off, one eye cloudy, a scar across his face revealing why it's cloudy. He sort of breathes heavily, and you can feel the glamour popping off of him. And the arm that Isidore pointed with begins to shrivel and crack as the dreaming takes its part of the bargain. And it shrivels and cracks and turns to dust, leaving him as a one-armed and beautiful, insane mess as he sits back down.
Carol?
Mm-hmm.
If I remember, today, if you remember, I told you that William was going to give a tactic to Misha when the champion appeared.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll for it and tell Misha?
Yes.
Okay, I will spend a willpower for those. I got 3 successes. As William looks at this guy, and he kind of like looks at his body, the way he stands. It's big, and he is probably like really strong. He is checks his foods and stuff. So I'm gonna create like some stupid stuff to say to Misha as William. And the William says, Misha, you got this. He's standing a bit weird from his left foot. He has one eye. He won't be able to see you if you move very fastly. You got this. My sister. Go.
You get the tiniest of nods from her. She's pretty busy focusing on him.
OOC, Carol, did you remember the photo I sent you, or do you want me to send it again?
I think you might need to send it to me again.
Okay,
Sorry.
I am about no problem. Hey, it's fine. Do you mind if I read it to you?
Sure, go ahead.
The name of this tactical maneuver is Tactical Command. It's Intelligence Leadership. I rolled. I had 3 successes, and it says each successes may be offered to one ally, giving them -1 difficulty their next roll. You may offer additional bonuses to the same character, but they affect subsonic rolls. They don't need stack greater difficulty bonus on a single roll. So I think I give -1 difficulty to Misha in her next action.
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Add it
And
to my list. Because Jesus.
Only one turn.
I know.
all right. And before combat starts proper, I will give everybody the opportunity to respond to the things that have happened.
Amber's gonna offer Shea some of her hard cider.
Yeah, Shay will like grab Misha on the arm, maybe like, you've got this, and drink some of the cider.
Okay.
Then her eyes are focused on Misha, her friend.
It is best that you clear the arena post haste, though. Things are about to get kind of stabby.
Amachan, can you just tell me something based on all that crap that you gave me?
Mhm.
It's her attack at, because I feel like that might be where remember I had made that mistake on the stats before. Is her attack is not at a lower diff right now, is it?
No, her attack is going to be lower diff for one turn.
Right, just by the -1.
Yes, -1.
Okay, that's what I'm checking. All right.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine then. Thank you.
Okay. Is there anyone else who wants to do anything? Say anything?
Christian, he's watching this from atop his horse. He's been gaping uncertainly since the dragon appeared, but even more so since the champion has appeared. He's taking in the situation, already planning his own attack, which would be to charge in on his horse, but he is waiting if William has anything to say to him.
No, William like presented Misha as his champion, but he gives a nod to him.
Oh, okay. I thought this was like 3-on-1.
Oh no, it's not 3-on-1.
Right. Just Christian's hanging back then.
Okay.
William tries to start a like Misha, Misha, Misha,
Misha!
Misha, Misha.
Okay. The Baroness, or sorry, the Countess stands up and steps forward. And knockers have put devices to sort of amplify her voice over the din of this area. And she steps forward and looks at Misha with like sad, worried eyes and looks at Isidore with disgust. We are about to begin this battle that should never have been started. To right wrongs that should have been addressed long ago. Whatever happens here today, let us not end any dreams by striking a death blow, if at all possible. The county will hold Isidore to his words that if his champion fails, he is not suitable to be a leader. And she nods to Misha and to the champion of Isidore. You may begin, she says. And now you guys can roll initiative.
Okay, I'm rolling initiative as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
At least there's only 3 of us to worry about.
Yeah.
How am I going before the dragon?
Because you are the champion. So it's let's see. Misha, Dragon, and then the champion of Isidore.
Mm-hmm. The second Misha, the countess says start, Misha like starts to have this bunch of effects appear on him,
Mm-hmm.
like a bunch of them.
I was gonna say, yeah, she already had one on her
Mm-hmm.
because that one she did beforehand herself.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that people like sees that as well. Bunch of shit appears on her immediately.
Okay.
What's this bros initiative?
It's
Oh,
after you.
Yeah, it's 7, so he goes last. It's
Okay.
Misha, Dragon, Champion.
Okay. Well, we're going to start with your basic. I'm going to try to kill him. Slash of the sword.
Okay.
1, 2 successes. Is he going to dodge?
Let's see if he can.
4 successes. 4 successes.
Yeah, you're at a lower difficulty.
Oh, you're right. It's F5. My bad.
Yeah.
You always forget, Christy. Always.
I am aware.
It's Dex Athletics to brawl.
Dex
Or
Athletics.
dodge.
Dex Athletics to dodge. Difficulty
Or
6.
Yeah, no, it's dodge, isn't it?
There's no dodge anymore. It's Dex Athletics.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only Dex Athletics.
Okay. So
Which is so lovely. I love the fact they changed that into 20.
One, two,
2.
3. No, 2. Yeah.
2.
So he fails to dodge.
All right. So,
Christy,
Roll
do you
for
want me to count your damage because I know you?
no, I got it. I that's part of the math I was doing during that hour that you
Okay.
guys were doing the other scene. So it's 12 plus overage at this point because it's the first one. It's the first 3 turns. So 12 plus 13.
Remember the sword. Sword also gets pluses.
Understood. I thought I'd counted all those in. Did I miss something?
I don't know. 13 kind of looks weird, but yeah, go on.
Okay, well, 12 damage is from I actually did have it all down here.
Okay, go on.
She's at strength 6 for 3 turns. And there's pluses on the sword right now.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't have. Apparently, I didn't write that down at this exact moment. But oh yeah, and it's plus 6 for this turn. So that's 12 plus 1 because of the overage.
Okay, sorry.
God damn! Look at that, 5 ones. I better not get a single other one this entire thing.
Jeez. So
Okay.
nothing then.
Nothing.
The dragon is going to use a reed.
Okay.
It's called Fear.
Okay.
And the Fear reed is right here in the chat.
Okay. A chimera can cause its target to flee, screaming in terror, or freeze in paralytic horror. Blood-curdling shrieks, mental domination. Lasts for a number of rounds equal to the chimera's permanent glamour, which is absolutely batshit insane.
11.
Yep. The victim may roll willpower. Oh no, this is not good. Okay.
The dragon roars, gives this like big motherfucking roar. It's terrifying. And spends 1 glamour. And please roll me willpower at difficulty 6.
Cool. You ready to see this guy's epic willpower after years and years of being abused as a slave?
This poor guy.
Please. This poor guy.
I feel bad for him now.
He fails.
Maybe we can adopt him once we've done this.
For 11 turns, he is frozen.
Yep. And so there he stands, staring at the dragon, wondering why in Dawn's name has he been summoned for this fucking nightmare? What did he do wrong in his life? His chains jingle, revealing that he is in fact slightly trembling.
Okay. That's his turn. That's one turn right there.
Mm-hmm.
He already dodged, so he doesn't get the turn.
That's what I'm flavor texting it here. He's not.
Yeah.
No. I know.
I'm gonna roll again. It's my turn.
It is your turn for like 11 turns.
Actually,
What?
No, you get
6
like
turns.
5 things.
Yeah,
per
plus
turn.
5, so like you got like 6 more.
Actually, that was it has to be after the first turn. This is the beginning of the second turn. Remember the first round?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the first round. It's done. I'm on round 2 now.
All right.
So you get like plus 5
Plus 5 what?
turn.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay.
So what? 1, 2, 3, 4. He's not dodging. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh God, please soak some.
Yeah, let's see if he let's see. Did I roll to soak again? Sorry, I know what it
Stamina armor.
yeah, I had to see what his stamina score was.
It should be pretty decent, you'd think. And
he soaks
3.
Yeah, so you do.
He took 5.
5. Not great.
Guess whose turn?
Mm-hmm.
It's dragon.
Yay, dragon.
Dragon is just gonna be like, numb.
I feel so bad for him.
So what? He's gonna gulp?
No, he's not gonna. He's just gonna attack normally.
Ah, okay.
I got 2 successes. 1 plus 1 plus 5, which is 7.
Uh-huh.
2 damage. 2
damage?
aggravated.
Jesus. So he can't even soak that.
If it's chimerical, I think he can.
Okay, well, let's see. Let's see if I manage anything here.
You do.
There you go. So 2. How many did you do?
2.
And I soaked it. All right.
So he's down 5. He has a total of 7, right? So he looks pretty shitty, like near death, kind of.
He's pretty wounded at this moment.
I was gonna say because she said not to strike a death blow if we could avoid it.
Yeah, you're still like 4 away from incapacitated.
Okay, well, then I guess we're gonna go in. I'm in my first rage action. Haha, rage.
Go, Raya.
You know, I got used to that with Chloe. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes. Jesus. I'm gonna end up accidentally killing this guy.
Probably.
4, 6, 7. All right, so 7, so that's 6, so that's 19 dice, right? No, not 19. 19, it would be 18.
Oh, much more reasonable.
Much more reasonable.
It's not my fault. I didn't do most of this stuff. All I set up was the heal. Oh god.
What the balls?
5, 6, 7. Oh, this dude's dead. He can't soak that.
No. So
2 turns. The tradition continues.
Jesus, this fucking motley. Let me tell you. The champion of Isidore takes a sword to the chest.
Is my banality triggered because I just killed somebody?
You're a wilder.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
No.
That used to be a thing in second edition. If you killed somebody, you took one.
it's an adventure sort of thing. So
Okay.
no, like it wasn't like a stalk and kill. Um. So yeah, he just sort of like looks at the sword and looks at Misha with a look that almost seems like gratitude for relieving him of what has been a very long and painful life.
Aw.
His chimerical form fades as he dies, and a confused mortal man will wake up outside of the freehold as he's expelled from the dreaming.
And may his life be better. This is me, OOC, not so much Misha, but she's probably thinking it too.
He'll heal at some point, and at this point, he's out of range of whoever did that to him. So,
William literally screams, "We fucking run!"
what?
Whoa!
Oh, we fucking won.
Yeah. Fuck yeah!
Misha's response is a little bit more subdued. She just kind of stares in horror at what she's done because she's never actually murdered anybody, and just takes a couple of steps back. Like the sword is sort of dangling at her side. It's still in her hand because it's William's sword. She doesn't want to drop it, but she just sort of takes a couple of steps back.
The dragon will sort of like slink in front of Misha, bow as a service has been completed.
Yeah, if she'll hold up the amulet so that he can get in there a little more easily.
Yeah, and a moment later, it will once again be about an inch long and hovering in the amber-colored liquid in the egg. Almost immediately, the representative from the Brooklyn Cauldron House scurries over with like a jewelry box to Misha.
She'll take it off. She's kind of still blinking shockingly, but she knows she made a contract. She will take it off and give it to him in the gentlest of fashions that she can possibly manage. Still a bit in shock.
As soon as he puts it back in the jewelry box, he looks incredibly relieved because, yeah, this is not something that is going to be out and among the player base.
There was a contract. She honors it. That's the thing about this.
That's right. The Countess stands up in her box, and the guards that have been her personal guards that have been accompanying William and Co at the freehold will stand at attention as soon as she does. And she points to Isidore and she says, "Arrest him. Shackle his legs since he is unfit for handcuffs." And the 10 of them will hastily clap chains around Isidore as he screams something hard to understand through the frothing spittle building at the corners of his mouth about it is his place to rule. It is his dream. And something about flamingos.
Yeah, when they start to take him away, Shea looks at him and goes, "Isidore, William asked you to choose a champion, not a sacrifice." And she'll smile and grin.
He just he makes intense eye contact with Shea before he's drug away. The Countess allows the crowd to quiet a bit. Their enthusiasm still palpable, but maybe their volume a little hoarse after shouting for however long they do after Misha fells a 10-foot troll monster in 2 strikes. And she'll put her hands up to silence the crowd more. "William, you've won your duel, and I believe you have won yourself a barony. I hope you will meet with me soon so we can arrange how this is going to work. The freehold
Countess,
is yours, and you have my support.
Countess, with apologies, I didn't win. The people of Brooklyn won today. And I don't have a barony. I have a democratic state of Brooklyn. And I am proud to be its member. We will choose our leaders ourselves. And yes, I accept your invitation. I will meet you as soon as I can.
She nods, and she respectfully takes her leave of the arena area, and the two barons follow her. And now it's left to you individuals and what you're doing.
Amber pulls out a champagne bottle and pops it.
Exactly.
Just from seemingly nowhere.
Do we know where the closest like freehold like the entrances or whatever? Like, is there a fair guess as to where he would have reappeared at? Where the troll would have?
He probably like right outside it in the general like Bronx. Like, yeah, you could probably leave the freehold and be back in the gray world where he would have appeared.
She's going to look at them and be like, just bring that along. Let's go find him. I could heal him right now.
Lead the way, champion.
Yeah, and she's going to start heading out trying to find this guy. Even if he's just a very confused mortal at the moment, the least she can do is like she could literally take her shirt off under, and he could hold it and he'd be healed pretty quickly right now. You know what I mean? Because that's good for the scene.
Yeah.
I got 6 successes on that. It's good for so long.
Yes, you might want to explain to the group why taking your shirt off would be good for him.
I mean, no, I'm just telling you guys.
I know why.
That's what. Yeah, like, and I'm sure William would know, and Shay might have seen her do it too.
I mean, shit, Amber will take her shirt off if it helps.
Yeah, Misha just sort of starts bolting for the door. You guys are running after with the Oh, she'll actually toss the sword, but not toss it. She'll try to hand it back to him as she's walking. Yeah, I assume you guys have the alcohol and are trying to get a drink while you're going after Misha.
Roll perception alertness once you've left the freehold area.
Yeah, Shaya will help look for the dude too.
Okay. Anybody looking for him, roll perception alertness.
I'm good. I really want to see him.
You're good.
I really want to find him.
We gotta be his friend now.
I'm gonna give him a job.
Wow.
Into this guy, giving him the full name, the champion of Isidore.
I mean, this guy he was so broken.
Look, Shay really wants to find him too. Look at that.
Good gravy. Okay, anyone else contributing to this search?
I feel like I don't need to, so I'm
okay.
William is making sure nobody like tries to assassinate us right now because we just said like fuck you, democracy, YOLO, freedom.
Okay, so Shaya and Misha, you see a rather large man cooing at the pigeons, sort of like gently putting a hand out to them. He seems to have somehow acquired a handful of breadcrumbs.
What's his appearance?
2.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, Misha's just going to look at William, and she's going to start she's going to try to wiggle her shirt out from under the armor, because it's underneath the armor. And for the record, what comes out is just some kind of like a t-shirt that has a blood stain on it.
Okay.
Because that was her bunk, remember?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and she's just going to walk up to this guy and like basically throw it at him.
And he sort of looks at her for a moment, and like slowly his Fey mane fades back into the picture. And he looks at the birds and he just kind of sadly lets go of the rest of his breadcrumbs. And in a very deep and low voice, he goes, "Is it time for me to go back?"
Go back
No.
where?
You're free now.
And he looks at the broken bits of chain that are still around his wrists and ankles. I don't even know how to be free.
Well, we'll teach you.
Yeah, you can start by getting a drink with us.
William slowly approaches.
Mm-hmm.
I was a slave once as well, brother. Now I follow my own dreams, my own. The things that I want to achieve. I know it looks impossible right now, but you can do this as well.
We can get you someplace to stay, and I can probably arrange an identity for you if you need it.
William breaks the chains if he can with his strength 5.
I mean, yeah, roll your strength athletics, I guess.
Yeah, and she'll just, while he's doing this, she'll just be like, we have a freehold you can stay in. I have an extra bedroom. I'm sure William might have something. We will figure something out for you until you can get on your feet.
But before we say anything more, what is your name, man?
It's Champion.
He just sort of nods when, like, Champion. That's all I've ever been called.
I have a name that I told nobody, but I was a different man back then. You should call yourself something.
Choose your name.
That is not something as being called by you by others. Your time as a slave is in the past.
And he kind of thinks for a moment. I guess I could be called Bill, he says, finally just looking at like the birds that have accumulated around him.
It's a wonderful name.
Yeah, he looks approving of this. I mean, birds have bills. It works. Yeah, she'll be like, that's fine. We'll figure out a last name, and I can probably make you something that will get you by.
How many years has it been? How many years has it been?
Yeah. He kind of does like the counting with his fingers thing. Goes over both hands. About 10 decades.
Oh, we got to teach you a lot of things then. Would you be more comfortable in a freehold or staying in someone's extra room?
If it's all right, I think I've spent enough time in freehold for a little while.
And Shay will nod. I have an extra room.
Let's let him decide, because I mean, William and he share a kith. Maybe he'd be more comfortable with William.
I don't have an extra room, but I can try to rent a place for you.
Trevor might.
I mean, so do I. Like, that's the point, though. It's really just up to what he wants to do.
You guys do know of an empty apartment in Brooklyn, is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
no.
But I don't.
Trevor has an extra couch.
I'm just gonna say that I don't think that's a good plan. Although it is pretty empty by now.
Yeah.
I think OOC, like William just thinks like, yeah, Maxine would be okay with that, but
would.
they can't know. And he just says, until you find yourself a place I can pay for your rent as well.
He just sort of nods, still a little bewildered by all this kindness coming towards him. He's definitely not used to it.
Misha's going to sort of look at him and just kind of tilt her head a second and be like, look, I didn't want to kill you. It just had to be done. Do you know what we were fighting for?
He shakes his head. I never know what I'm fighting for.
Well, fair enough, but what we were fighting for was to get rid of that Baron who has done a lot of terrible things. He's let commoners die. People who celebrated him coming into office. And it would be kind of terrible if someone like you were to come here and end up here and we can't help our own. That's kind of our whole point.
Also, you said that I never knew what I fight for. Now you know you fight for your freedom.
A big, goofy smile spreads across his face as William says that. I like that.
Amber's just gonna hold out the bottle of champagne as an offering to him.
What do you say that your name be? Because you need a last name too. You need Bill Freedom.
I like it, he says.
Then that's a plan. Give me some time and I will come up with some papers and things for you. Some papers and ID. And you're going to have to learn a lot of things if you've been in the dreaming for 100 years, because this world is way different.
Still pigeons,
Hmm?
says, and there's still pigeons, though, he says, as he looks at the birds collecting around his feet.
Oh yeah, those aren't going away anytime soon.
Hopefully.
We've tried.
He likes the birds.
That's fine. Pigeons are just flying rats. We'll find some better birds.
Guys, I need to go back near the Countess.
That's fine. We've got this. We can, for now, until we figure out where he's going to stay, I'll take him to my place and he can take the extra room.
He nods.
And you can go talk to the Countess. I'm good with disappearing. I don't really need all of the fancy stuff. But you know what we should do first? As she looks at this guy, then looks to Amber, we should probably all go get a drink.
That's a great idea. I would never have thought of that.
The best thing about Brooklyn, the first is Vixen. Second, it's democratically ruled right now. We're going to choose our own leader.
Third, falafel on a waffle.
Third, falafel and a waffle. And he's just going to be like, what is waffle?
No, waffles existed back then. Falafel might be weird, but we don't even know where he's from. So, yeah.
Please don't make me come up with an entire backstory right now.
No.
Don't worry about it.
We will give you time and we can do scenes with him later to find out more information.
It's my fault, really, for not assuming that my players would be like, yep, he's ours now.
He is. He is ours.
You guys don't bodies, you loot people.
See, I have plans for this guy. Probably make him a guard in Brooklyn that against the tyranny.
Let's see what he wants, because he seems to want to live a peaceful life right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can get him a job at the Prospect Park Zoo. That's where Amber used to work if he likes animals.
Or he could work in my
wants to
shop.
be one
He could
of
do all
those
kinds
big
of things.
pigeon breeders who races them or something.
If he likes pigeons, then he should do that. That's fine. But for now, we'll go get a drink. We'll get him back to an apartment, and he can kind of do all the gawking and staring that someone who's been in the dreaming 100 years will do.
Yes. Blow his mind with neon lights.
William will go back near the Countess.
Okay. Before we do that, Christian, what do you want? What are you doing? Are you joining the group? Going to the bar? Are you gonna stick around and whatever?
Yeah, he's been following around, not saying anything. If people are taking off, I think he'll stay.
Mm-hmm. Well, you'll see them splitting at the moment. You've got the group going to the bar, and then you've got William, who's staying here because this is where the Countess is.
William looks at the Christian when he returns. I hope you didn't get offended by my speech.
Only by your decision not to choose me as your champion.
My
But
apologies.
It is a mild offense. I believe I can live with it.
We didn't knew who was going to be the champion. I said that, if I knew that if it's something like a troll, I was going to come to you. But I didn't know Isidore was just going to summon something. He'd try to find out who his champion is. And then I had to make a fast decision. I should have reached you, and I apologize for you for that. I hope you can forgive me. I did not mean to slight you.
He was being somewhat insincere, but when you say that, he looks thoughtful and nods. I accept your apology.
William nods. I gotta go near the Countess. She is waiting for me. Now I gotta tell her my plan. She even calls me a baron. I have a barony now. Fuck off. God damn it.
It is not a terrible thing so long as the Baron is a trustworthy individual.
See you later, Christian. Thank you for coming.
He shrugs. That's something they'll never agree on, so he leads his horse away. I guess after the departing group.
William kind of pet the horse, by the way. You see he understands from the horses. He pets the horse for 2 seconds and then enters.
Okay. The Countess will be in her office. There, I've loaded her picture. And if you knock on her door, she will. You'll hear her voice tell you to enter.
William will enter.
William?
Countess?
Baron?
Bam!
Did he say Baron?
He did say Baron.
My apologies. I think you misunderstand me. I'm not a Baron.
At the moment, we cannot leave an entire barony or democratic state ungoverned. So, until somebody has been elected properly, I do believe that the person who challenged is taking the responsibility upon himself.
Temporary governor of Brooklyn.
quite a mouthful. Any chances you're going to try and make that a permanent position?
No. Does she look surprised?
She like raises an eyebrow, but it's like a fleeting sort of thing across her face. And
My
she,
vision. Go on. Sorry, my apologies.
I lost my train of thought. Go ahead.
You were saying she.
I know I lost that train of thought. Go ahead.
I said fuck. I have my vision. I have sent you a letter.
She nods. That's the one about where you listed off all the stuff, right?
Yes, the my blue book,
Mhm.
my last blue book for William's vision for the future for future democratic state of Brooklyn.
Yes. I don't have that open at the moment, so
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
but she'll nod. That's an excellent idea. And make sure you implement it quickly, or things will get rowdy again.
The old guards of Isidore will be under my control for 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, there will be an election in the old baronial
Hmm.
freehold, and the governor will be given his authority. Those who wishes to step up, they will. Same election will also choose the council members. The council members will have a veto. It's not the best, but people will be heard, and they will have a way to say no to their leaders.
She nods and signs and stamps something on her desk, and she rolls it up and hands it to William. Give this to Isidore's former guards, and if any of them give you trouble, tell them they will be answering to me.
You look tired.
I've been up very late tending to my husband. He's not doing well. The doctors say days, not weeks.
What's the problem of Leon?
Leon?
Yes.
He's just of a very strong opinion about how things should be managed here.
And those opinions are?
Well, it's a little hard to get clarification from his sort, politicians.
I agree.
Have you ever looked into where he came from?
If I look into where he came from, what I will find, I don't know.
You'll
I don't have
find
Wednesday.
you'll find a barony that tripled in size without a sword ever being raised.
Why I feel like that guy's problem.
She just gives a bit of a shrug. I'm not sure if he's a problem or if he's even our problem.
In 2 days or 3, I will come to question the prisoner I captured.
She nods. somebody will want to stand witness to make sure that he's not interrogated unfairly. That's the insistence from the girl with the wings. She says justice administered in private cannot be trusted.
She is correct.
I only understand her about half the time.
Is there anything else?
She just shakes her head. I think that once my husband passes, I'm going to retire.
You will be welcomed in the democratic state of Brooklyn.
Well, if there's a place for me there, that's certainly something I will take into consideration, she says, and just sort of like rests her hand gently, or her head gently on her fingertips. Very, very, very tired looking.
His fingertips?
Her fingertips, not his.
Okay.
She's very proper
Mhm.
when she's not at a ball, apparently. Is there anything else you'd like to say to her or do?
Did you like my speech?
It was very insightful, she says, and I'd be lying if I said it didn't raise a couple of concerns, but it certainly seemed to move within the people.
See you later, Countess. As I have said, you will be welcomed if you wish to ask to stay in Brooklyn, or I can talk with my monthly mates for helping you.
Thank you.
For
And have a good day, acting governor.
thank you.
And she'll get up and offer him a courtesy bow relative to his current, even if it is temporary, rank.
William will extend a hand.
She'll raise from her bow and take his hand.
He will shake it.
She kind of gives him a puzzled look. Not a lot of people shake a countess's hand. And then she just gives a friendly smile and returns back to the paperwork at her desk.
And William will leave. William will leave.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to do or no?
Nope.
Party at Vixen.
All right. There you go. Have fun at your after party. And I will end the scene here. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. And we will see you next time.